So hello everyone, this is Joel over here. So in our Leetcode series, in this video we will solve a numerical named same tree. So what is this numerical is based upon? Two trees have been given which is like named as P and Q, and we have to return the boolean value, which is if both the trees are identical then we have to return true, else we have to return false. So before going through the test case, let me explain you what is a tree. So a tree is a hierarchical data structure made up of nodes. So these are called as nodes in the tree, and a special node is called root, which is at a top of the tree. So this top node is called as root, and each node have a children. So this is called left children and right children of this root node, and this root node is also called as parent node. And these arrows are called as edges, which connect a parent node through the child node. And unlike linear structures like arrays or linked list, trees are non-linear, which makes them perfect for representing hierarchical data like file system, family trees, or HTML DOMs, you can see. So a root is the topmost node of a tree, and a leaf is a node which does not have any other children node, you can say. And parent or child nodes are connected directly, which is left is a child node and right is a right child node, and root is a parent node over here. And subtree in the sense, if in case if this left node has other two nodes over here, then this node, this thing is said to be a subtree over here. In case if right has other two edges and it has a nodes over here in the sense, then this whole thing is said to be another subtree over here. So this is the basics of tree, and hope you guys understood, I believe. So let me just look into the test case now. So in example 1, you have a tree over here. So P and Q tree are over here, and you can see both the trees are identical. The root node has 1 as a value, and again the root node has 1 as a value, and left child has 2, and again left child has 2, and right child has 3, and right child has 3 over here. So for this particular tree, we are returning the output as true. And here you can see it looks like identical, but root nodes are same, 1 and 1. But in a first tree you can see you have 2 at the left child, but in second tree you can see the 2 is at the right side of the root node, which is in right child. So basically this is not correct, so we are returning false. And in example 3 you can see both the tree are not identical, so false is been written over here. So now let's start to program for this, and I'll just erase this. Yeah, so I'm using Java. You can use either Python or any other language to do your problem solving. So now let's start over here. So before solving this, I would like to tell you there's another test case over here which is not provided in the question, which is null. What if both the nodes are been null? Example, let's consider like only one node is been given in both the trees, and if both the tree has null value, which is there is no any values inside the node, so what to return over here, true or false? So in this case we have to return true, because both the trees has null value. If either one is null and other has a value, then of course it's not identical, right? So we have to return as false. So here they have given class a solution, and this same tree is being given as a function, and we are getting a P as a first tree and Q as a second tree. And yeah guys, we are going to use recursive function over here. So recursive function is a function which call itself is called a recursive function. So now let's start over here. First case is we have to check whether both the root nodes are null. If both are null, we have to return true, right? So if P tree is equal to null and q tree is also null, then return true. Okay, if both the nodes are null, which means they are identical, so we are returning true over here. And our second test case is if one is null and other is containing any values, then both are not identical, right? So we have to return false over here. So else if p is equal to null or q is equal to null, if either one is null, we have to return false over here. So now our third case is if both the root nodes are same, then we have to go and check the left child and right child of the two trees. So here we are going to implement the recursive function over here. So now else if to access the root node, we are just following p.val. The value of the root node of p tree is equal to q.val, which is the value of the root node of q tree. If both are equal, then we are gonna return is same tree. So this is a recursive function which is being given by our default template over here. So we are just using this function again over in return statement. So now if both the root nodes of both the trees are equal, now it's time to check for the left child of both the tree, right? So you can see here the arguments are tree node of p and tree node of q, right? So p dot left child and q dot left child. If both are same, it will return true. And once if left is same, and again right child has to be verified, right? So right child of p tree and right child of q tree should be verified over here. So now again is same tree, p dot right comma q dot right. We are just checking the right child of p tree as well as q tree over here. And now what happens here in the sense, if both the root nodes are same, what happens, we'll just move to the left child, right? So now left child is considered as a single tree, which we give it as a arguments for is same tree for p dot left and q dot left. If both are returning true, which means until we will break the tree into small subtrees until it's like we are left with one single element over there. So now if one single element are there, if both are identical, then it will return true, else it will return false. But our return statement says that if both are true and true, return true, right? So now what happens if both are not same, then what should we do? We have to return false over here, right? So return false. So the problem looks like complicated, but it's very simple numerical if you understand it very well. So now let's run and check. Okay, I'll just zoom. So here you can see our test case is being accepted. Now just submit and check. Yeah guys, our submission has been accepted over here. All the test case has been verified and we have submitted it. So that's it of in the numerical, which is same tree, and hope you guys understood. Stay tuned for the next numerical. Until then, thank you.